Alright guys, I'm going to call this part 5.5 because the motor's not on the dyno yet, but it is here, and just waiting for some more parts to show up. I ordered a new Holley harness to make it easier instead of hacking up my dyno harness, and figured I'd show you guys where I'm at, show you the shop a little bit, and as soon as the parts get here, I'll crank it out, I promise. But till then, let's check it out. So, welcome to the shop. It's a little different than my house, but it'll work. It's also a lot slower than my house because there's this thing called customer work in here. So, sorry I've been taking so long. But as you can see, Chris and I got ahead of ourselves and slapped the turbos on it because we couldn't resist. Those are two of the finest eBay GT45s you can buy for under $200. And I think that most people would agree they're too large for this engine in an actual application. But basically my goal is to have as little back pressure as possible and take advantage of the fact that on the dyno, we can hold it at RPM and give it the time to spool before we actually let it go on the pole and make some power. So we're going to find out whether they're way too big or they're going to work great or not, but I think we're going to find that out together. First up, of course, is to get it running NA, and another thing I'm waiting for is I ordered a new Holley main harness because the main harnesses that I have, number one, aren't made to work with the dual sync, which has this 10-pin ignition plug. But the ones that I do have, or the one that I do have made to work with the dual sync, is actually made to run the dual sync as the distributor itself with the plug wires on it. So it does not have the harnesses that go from the engine harness into this coil harness. So there's no coil sub-harness connections. So instead of hacking up a good LS harness that we use in the dyno all the time, I ordered the right one. Hopefully a few more days it shows up and I can get this thing on the dyno. Turns out these headers and MSD wires kind of suck. So we might end up actually putting the coils down with the motor mounts or something, but worry about that when we get there. Here's the dyno room. She's a bit messy. Had a customer job in here, and mud and dirt always gets on the floor and stamped in when you're doing a dyno day. So these are the headers that we'll use. So yeah, totally different. Lots of standoff from the head. Plenty of room. We're still working, figuring out the new Superflow stuff. This is a DTS PowerMark dyno, and we did the Superflow upgrade with all new electronics and sensors and servos and new control station. This is the front half of the shop. This is our engine machining area. We just added this half. There's our line hone, cylinder hone, boring bar, pressure tester. Just got this Magnaflux. Some of the in and out shelf, what's coming in, what's going out, things in the queue. This was our first machining area. We did this one when we first got going. There's our balancer for doing cranks and stuff. And then, after all the machining's done, come into here. And this is our assembly room, so we close it off to keep a lot of the grime and stuff out. This helps it stay a little cleaner, but yeah, got some things going on in here. We really cut down on our complete automotive work, but we take in some of our customers that have us build their engines and design their fuel systems and EFI conversions and stuff like that. One more thing. So a while ago, I bought this L83 5.3 liter Gen 5 motor because I was going to practice putting sleeves in a block, try to make a big bore out of the cheapest motor I could find. But as people have mentioned, the Gen 5 stuff has the valve orientation the same as the Windsor. So maybe if this lives and I decide to stop pushing the boost before it blows up, perhaps we take some L83 heads and slap them on there, and I get another intake and chop it in half and re-weld it, and then get yet another camshaft and try it again. But let me know what you guys think. If that was something you'd want to see, I might just entertain doing it. So as always, like, subscribe, tell your friends, and I'll get this thing going, NA, get it posted, and then work on the turbo stuff as soon as we can. So, see ya.